So, let's talk about the future, specifically your future in 2026. We're going to break down 7 simple but really powerful habits that can completely change where you end up. And this isn't about some crazy hustle culture or grinding 24/7. It's about making small, smart shifts starting today.
But first, let's just get real for a second. Ask yourself this. If nothing changed, if you kept all your same routines, your same habits, your same distractions, would you be genuinely proud of that future? It's a tough question, I know, but it's so important because time has a funny way of slipping by without any warning.
And this quote, man, it just hits the nail on the head. Our future isn't decided in some big, dramatic, movie-like moment. No, it's built, or it's broken, in the quiet, tiny choices we make every single day. You know, those little routines that feel totally harmless until you wake up and realize years have just flown by.
And that brings us to the central battle we're all fighting every day, the autopilot trap. It's this constant tug of war between a life of reaction, where the world just kind of happens to you, and a life of intention, where you are firmly in the driver's seat.
I mean, think about the feeling of these 2 days. You know, an autopilot day, you're just reacting to notifications, you fall into that endless scrolling void, your energy is just zapped, and your real goals, they get pushed to tomorrow. Now, compare that to a day by design. You have a plan, you're focused, your energy is pointed where you want it to go, and you actually make progress. The difference isn't just what you do, it's how you feel at the end of the day.
Okay, so how do we escape that trap? Well, it all starts from the inside out. So we're going to look at the first few habits, and these are all about giving yourself an internal upgrade, like upgrading your own personal operating system. Because, let's be honest, without a solid foundation, any changes you try to make just won't stick.
All right, habit number 1, design your day. You know, so many of us wake up, grab our phone, and immediately we're in reaction mode, reacting to emails, to news, to what everyone else wants. This habit completely flips that script. It's about deciding how your day will go before the world gets a chance to decide for you.
And look, this doesn't have to be some huge, complicated plan. It's actually super simple. The night before, just decide on 3 things. 1 task that moves your goals forward, 1 task for your physical or mental health, and 1 task that just brings some meaning or joy to your day. That's it. This simple act saves you from decision fatigue and makes sure you're actually steering your life, not just drifting.
Next up, we've got to strengthen our focus. I mean, distraction is the silent killer of our dreams, right? Our attention is being pulled in a million different directions every single day. But here's the crucial thing to remember. Focus is not a talent you're born with. It's a muscle, and you can absolutely train it.
And this quote? It's just so true. Think about it. When almost everyone else is constantly distracted, being the person who can concentrate deeply on one thing, that makes you exceptional. It really is a superpower. The practice is simple. Just 1 distraction-free focus session every day. No phone, no tabs open. It's going to feel hard at first, for sure, but it will change everything.
Now for habit 3, and it's a big one. Take care of your body. It's so easy to forget that our minds don't just float around in space. They live inside our bodies. And when your body is run down and ignored, your motivation tanks, your focus gets weak, and those big goals start to feel impossible.
And the key here is this simple truth. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Forget about trying to do some crazy extreme workout once a month. The real goal is simple daily movement. A walk, a 10-minute stretch. This small, consistent action builds a reliable body that can actually support your big ambitions. All right, so once that internal foundation is getting stronger, we can move on to the next set of habits. These are all about how you take that upgraded internal state and actually apply it to the world around you to make a real, tangible impact.
Habit number 4. Wow, this one might be the biggest game changer of all. Create, don't just consume. Most of us spend our days consuming, reading articles, watching videos, scrolling through posts, and it feels productive, right? We feel like we're learning. But often, nothing in our actual life changes. The real shift happens when you start creating something yourself. For a lot of us, our time is just completely skewed toward consuming. But here's the secret. Creation forces you to be clear. It reveals what you actually know versus what you just think you know. And that's where the real growth happens. The challenge is to start flicking this ratio, even just a tiny bit each day.
Okay, this next one's a tough one, but it is so necessary. You have to detach from your past. You simply cannot become a new version of yourself if you're still clinging to all the old things that are holding you back. Think about it. You can't build a focused life if you refuse to let go of the friends who only want to distract you. Growth isn't just about adding new habits, it's also about having the courage to prune what's no longer helping you grow.
And now for habit 6, commit your choices. Indecision is one of the sneakiest forms of self-sabotage. It feels like you're being responsible by thinking it through one more time, but really, it just keeps you stuck and drains all your mental energy. The truth is, clarity doesn't come from more thinking, it comes from doing. You get your answers by moving, not by standing still.
And this right here, this is the mindset that breaks you free from that trap. Momentum matters so much more than perfection. A small, imperfect step you take today is infinitely more valuable than the perfect plan that you never actually start. Just choose a direction, take that first step, and trust yourself to figure out the rest along the way.
Okay, we have covered 6 incredibly powerful habits. But this final one, this is the keystone. It's the one habit that holds all the others together. Honestly, it's the one practice that separates the people who actually change from those who just watch videos about changing.
And here it is, self-reflection. This is it. This is the reason most people risk living the same year over and over and over again. They never stop. They never pause to see where they are and correct their course. They just stumble from one day to the next on autopilot. Self-reflection is the habit that keeps you awake to your own life. And the most amazing part, the part that makes this a total no-brainer, it takes 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes a day. No phone, no noise, no distractions. Just you taking a few moments to be honest with yourself. Can you imagine the power of doing that every single day? And all you have to do is ask yourself these 3 simple questions. What did I do well today? Where did I choose comfort over growth? And what will I do differently tomorrow? And listen, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's not about guilt. It's about curiosity. Because that honest awareness, that's the real engine of change.
So as we wrap this up, let's be really clear about something. This is not about waiting for some magical burst of motivation to strike. Motivation comes and goes. It's unreliable. What you really need are systems, these daily habits that work for you even on the days you don't feel inspired.
So please, listen to me on this. Don't let this feel overwhelming. You do not need to perfectly implement all 7 of these habits tomorrow. The real beauty of this is that you just need to start with one. That's it. A single, small action, done consistently, is what will quietly and powerfully change everything.
So I'll leave you with this final question. Looking back at these 7 habits, which one really speaks to you right now? What is the one habit you're going to commit to starting today? Because that one choice could be the very thing that leads you to a completely different 2026.